Fans, we'd like to welcome you to Carver Arena on the campus of Western Washington University. Tonight, it's Vikings men's basketball as your Vikings play host to the St. Martin Saints. Fans, we would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather today on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and North Cascades watersheds from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation, and Nooksack tribe for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Fans, at this time, we'd like to invite you to rise if you are able and remove your hats. It's time now to honor America as the Western Washington University Band plays our national anthem. Fans, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference family is in mourning for the loss of St. Martin's athletic director, Bob Grisham. He passed away unexpectedly on Sunday. Bob served as the St. Martin's athletic director for over 37 years and was one of the founding athletic directors when the GNAC conference was formed in 2001. In addition to his leadership of the St. Martin's athletic program, Bob also spent 17 seasons as the Saints' head basketball coach and 20 years as the head women's golf coach. He is a WWU alumni, obtaining his master's degree at Western, where he graduated and was a graduate assistant coach for the Vikings in the early 80s. A friend to the GNAC, Bob will be remembered for his sense of humor, his larger-than-life personality, and his dedication and passion for both St. Martin's and the GNAC. Fans, at this time, we'd like to ask you, if you are able, to please rise for a moment of silence to celebrate and honor the life of Bob Grisham. Thank you. Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, the visitors from St. Martin's, the Nighthawks. At guard, a 6'2" senior, 0, Brandon Bond. At guard, a 6'5" junior, number 5, Kyle Greeley. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 11, Jaden Nielsen Skinner. At guard, a 6'4" senior, number 14, Hunter Sipe. And at center, a 6'8" junior, number 32, Shaquem Alcindor. The Saints, they're coached by Aaron Landon. Coach Landon is assisted by Tyler Velasquez and Wesley Reynolds. Viking fans, are you ready?
When I step up on the scene, that's a beast.
All right, six man. This is your chance to show your love. It's time now to meet the starting lineup for your Vikings. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 1, K.J. Kai Johnson. At guard, a 6' senior, number 3, Daniel Hornbuckle. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 5, the Rocket, D'Angelo Menace. At guard, a 6'7" senior, number 11, Lucas Holden. And at forward, a 6'8" redshirt freshman, number 23, B.J. Colley. Your Vikings, they're coached by Tony Dominguez. He is assisted by David Dunham, Bob Hofstetter, Otavio Jude, and A.J. Albritton. Six man, it's game time!
So welcome here to WECU Court here on the campus of Western Washington University for today's GNAC action between the number 3rd in the GNAC St. Martin's Saints, number 4th, tied for 4th, Western Washington University Vikings. Here on Vikings TV, I'm Zen Hill, joined alongside Butch Kamina as we get ready for tip-off here.
We are going to see balls in the air tonight. These two teams, if you put their averages together, combined for 57 three-point attempts. Get ready.
It is going to be a shootout between these top two shooting from the 3 GNAC teams. Vikings win the tip, and they're on offense first. Menace is inside, puts up a right-handed floater. It's short, though. Rebounded by the Saints. Skinner is in transition, dishes it off to Greenlee. Handling it around the perimeter. Sipe inside, gives it down low to Alcindor. Alcindor inside, puts up the floater. No good, though, just rimmed out. Vikings getting on offense quickly here. Menace on the wing. There's Lucas Holden with the rebound. Now Hornbuckle handling it. Vikings coming off their win on Saturday. Lost Thursday, went 1-1 last week. Got a big week ahead of them as they enter the second half of GNAC play. That corner 3 is no good from Lucas Holden. Saints swinging it around in the corner. There's a 3-point shot. Their first 2 3-pointers from each side, no good for either. Hornbuckle gives up to Kai Johnson. Holden will try another one from the corner. Can he put this one in? No, he doesn't. Way off. Brandon Bunn with the ball, pulls up from the mid-range with a hand in his face. No good, though. Tipped around and handled by the Vikings. Johnson, Holden's got a wide open lane, spins around, fadeaway mid-range jump shot. High arcing shot is good for the first basket of the game. So the Saints now, Skinner on the wing for them. These two teams almost went scoreless for the first 2 minutes. There's a long 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Lucas Holden. Almost lost control of it right there. Skinner was trying to poke it free, but the Vikings handle it either way, and it'll be Hornbuckle. Saints in a zone defense here. Running a high 2-3, closing out on almost double teaming the wing 3-pointers. Inside, B.J. Colley reverse layup is good.
Two teams tight the first matchup, 89-84, St. Martin's victory down in Lacey, a game that was tied with 5.5 minutes to go.
Bunn, 3-pointers, no good. Rebound, B.J. Colley. Saints 0 for 3 from downtown so far. D'Angelo Menace in the corner, gives to Colley. Colley handling it inside, got his defender to jump, went up and under, but no good. And the Saints are in transition. Out into the corner is Bunn. Gives it back to Skinner in the corner. Sipe working it around now. Gonna flip sides, hand it off to Greenlee. Greeley outside, hands off back to Skinner. 15 on the shot clock for the Saints, down by 4, looking for their first bucket of the game. Alcindor sets a screen. Skinner on the wing, working on Hornbuckle, drives left inside, bumps through, got contact and the foul, so he'll go to the line. Foul's on Daniel Hornbuckle. You see on the replay here, Hornbuckle grabbing that arm inside, picks up the foul.
Jaden Nielsen-Skinner averaging about 9 points a game. As the Saints, who average over 80 a game, finally get on the board here a little over 3 minutes in. He is one of 7 of their players who attempt at least 2.5 threes a game. Anybody on their team, with the exception of Alcindor, of the starting center, will launch them.
This Saints team 4th in all of Division II with their 11.3 three-pointers made per game. And we're used to seeing the Vikings be the more dominant three-point shooting team, averaging around 10 a game, but their fellow GNAC opponent here, the Saints, one-upping them in that category. Kai Johnson, little pull-up mid-ranger is no good. And the Saints looking for a chance to tie or take the lead in the corner. Driving inside is Sipe. Kai Johnson trying to rip it free, kicked outside Thompson. Skinner on the wing now. Skinner will try a three-point shot, hand in his face, no good. Rebound, BJ Colley. Colley's second board so far, gives up to Hornbuckle. Back to Colley. Colley putting a move on, backing down inside, turns around, puts up the right-handed finish.
And as we said the last 3 weeks, he has just been so confident when he catches the ball. 4 quick ones for BJ.
Saints moving it around well. Thompson outside, he'll try a three-point shot. Can he make it? He does. And the Saints find success from downtown for the first time in this game, but the Vikings still lead by 1. Tyke Thompson with a three-point shot. Thompson averaging 24 minutes off the bench, comes into this one early, making that three-pointer. 6'8" junior for the Saints squad. Lucas Holden drives inside, gives it to Colley. Pump fake, got his defenders up, but finishes through the contact. 2 people there, and he puts it in. BJ Colley, 6 of the Vikings' 8 points in this first half so far. Right there is Greeley. Greeley guarded by Minnis, little number 5-on-5 action. Greeley trying to work around. He's got nothing though. Inside, Sipe, he misses that one. Vikings can't handle the rebound though, and Spencer gets it back. Colley's there, no good again. Rebound by Sipe, and he puts it back in for the Saints. Hornbuckle will try a three-pointer from the wing. No good, rebounded by Tyke Thompson. Skinner drives inside, right-handed high. No good, rebound Sipe again. They're gonna get an offensive foul.
Foul on the rebound. He cleared Daniel Hornbuckle out with a forearm. And so we'll have a break in the action with the Vikings leading 8-7. We're going to keep it right here for a moment. If you were tuned in prior to tip-off, the GNAC and particularly St. Martin's University lost a very special man this week. Bob Grisham passed away last weekend very suddenly. Bob had been the AD at St. Martin's for 37 years. He had just retired last fall. He also had a connection to Western. He was a assistant coach here under Bill Westfall for 2 years in the early 80s as a graduate student here, and just an immense man, a man of great humor, somebody who you could not be around for more than a couple minutes without starting to smile and laugh, and just a very deep heart. He also coached women's golf. While a coach at St. Martin's and the men's basketball, had some great teams, particularly in the early 90s, and Tony Dominguez talked about how when he was a young coach, Bob reached out to him and was very kind to him. So to everyone, to his family, his friends, and particularly to the full St. Martin's community, our condolences, our thoughts, our prayers go with you. Bob Grisham was an amazing man. He was one of a kind, and he will be desperately missed by all of us.
All of us in the GNAC mourning that loss from last week. So coming out of a timeout here. 14:30 left in this first half so far. We got a one-possession game. Vikings only up by 1, 8-7. They have the ball, though, and Minnis has it. BJ Colley gives it back to Minnis. Minnis calling for the screen. Double team is there. Split the defenders inside with the pass. Colley inside, finishes it. BJ Colley now up to 8. Thompson, long three-point shot. Short on it, though. Rebound Colley. Hornbuckle for the Vikings. Minnis in the corner. Three-pointer. No good. It's short on it. These two teams combined so far have shot 10 three-pointers. Only one has gone in for St. Martin's, as they just put in another one, though. And they tie this game up.
All the numbers say that these two teams aren't going to be held off the threes for long. It's going to be a fun one tonight.
Both these sides going to keep shooting. We'll see which one can get hot enough to try and take a big lead. We're tied up here. Lucas Holden out to Colley. Top of the key, Colley driving right side, tries to get through the contact. High off the glass, no good. Rebounded Skinner in transition for the Saints. Jaden Nielsen Skinner, hands off to Sipe. Back to Skinner, top of the key, three-point shot, no good again. Kai Johnson tried to get the rebound. Looked like that one is going to go to the Saints. Correction, it is not. It'll be Vikings ball.
St. Martin's attempts 30 three-point attempts a game. Western attempts 27. And we've seen it. I mean, already the Vikings are 0 for 4. St. Martin's are 2 of 8 from 3 already. So they aren't going in, but we're seeing the number of attempts that we expected to see.
And with this St. Martin's team, 7 out of 9 of their usual rotational pieces in this lineup have 20 or more threes made. For comparison, the Vikings usually use about 10 players a game. They got 4 over 20, but then again, you have Hornbuckle with 50, Minnis with 40, so it almost evens out. But when you're able to spread around to so many different pieces like the Saints, it's what has made them so dangerous so far in this year. They find themselves 7-2 in the GNAC, 15-4 overall. Third in the GNAC by a wide one, as you have that 4-way tie. Vikings being one of those for 4th place in the GNAC, all at 4 and 5. So that ball went out of bounds there. We're still Vikings ball. 10-10 still here. 12:24 now left in this half, and it's going to send us to a media timeout and also our first break of today. 12:24, 10-10, and we'll be right back here on Vikings TV.
Welcome back to Carver Gymnasium. A 10-10 tie with 12:24 left in the first half. And we've talked about threes, but the key element to this game so far has been that BJ Colley getting 8 points in the paint in 7 minutes of action, helping the Vikings to an early lead before the Saints came back and rallied to tie.
Back underway now, Vikings ball in the out of bounds here. Kai Johnson swing it in to Jonathan Ned, passes tip, but he handles it. Hornbuckle now gets the switch on. Hornbuckle swings over to Gary. Ned now finds Hornbuckle inside. Gary, one more. Vikings swinging it around here. Don't get a shot off, though. Turnover. Skinner in transition now. Hands it off right there. Inside, tough contact and a finish from Nathaniel Stokes.
Yeah, Stokes just steaming up the middle there, and Wilson Skinner found him for the lay-in.
Good job by Skinner to pull that one back. He had a 2-on-1 all by himself, waited for his teammate Stokes. He was streaking towards the lane, found the open layup. Now Saints hold the lead. Their first lead in the game so far, but the Vikings tie it right back up. Kai Johnson. Little pull up right there. Quick one from Skinner, no good. Rebound Kai Johnson. Johnson looking to give it to Hornbuckle. He does. Hornbuckle steps back. 3-point shot is good.
Tough shot. The 6'7" champ Spencer had a hand in his face, and Hornbuckle still knocks it down.
Didn't even take a dribble right there. Just handled it. Took a step back into his feet and buried that 3-point shot. Tyke Thompson guarded by Ned. Mid-range fadeaway is no good. Tipped right there by Stokes. Hornbuckle let it go out, and it'll be Vikings ball. B.J. Cawley coming in for the Vikings. Johnson will sit down.
B.J. Cawley's last 6 games, 16.8 points, 8.2 rebounds, 3.1 blocks, shooting almost 70% from the field. And those numbers are lower than they could be because about half of those games he's been in serious foul trouble and had limited minutes.
And correction on the substitution. Minnis actually goes and sits down. Kai Johnson stays on the court. Cawley lost control of that one. It was stolen right there by Hafner. In the corner, Spencer, Champ Spencer for 3. He buries it. And once again, we're back to a tie game here. Daniel Hornbuckle trying to set up the offense here. Cawley gives to Johnson. Johnson on the sideline, drives left side. Bunch of contact there, finishes through 2 defenders. Good way to just slither around those 2 crashing Saints defenders. Inside Skinner, dribbles it around, kicks corner, outside Champ. Once again, Champ Spencer for 3, no good. Rebounded by Daniel Hornbuckle. Gary on the wing, Darius Gary. Hornbuckle one-on-one, drives inside, defenders crashing, try to get a pass around the defender, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Saints ball.
Yeah, he did have Cawley there. He just couldn't quite get all the way around to finish it. The idea was good.
Would have been an impressive highlight right there for Daniel Hornbuckle had he gotten that pass through, but just didn't have the angle for it to wrap around the defender. Tyke Thompson gives Stokes, hands off Skinner. Skinner on the elbow. Kind of shot, maybe lobbed that one up. Either way, it's a turnover. Vikings with the ball now. Gary stops, pulls up 3-point range. He buries it for the Vikings, and they're up 20-15. Darius Gary, a junior for this team, coming off the bench, makes the 3-pointer. Vikings have another turnover. Gary with the ball again. Can he do it 2 times in a row? Darius Gary, no, he's short on it. Cawley with an offensive board, though. Jonathan Ned, he tries a 3-pointer, and he makes it.
Now, that was not a shot. You could see Tony Dominguez's reaction. He wasn't pleased, but it went down.
And the Vikings will be happy about it either way. Vikings are up 23-15 as we go into a quick break. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar.
So we're back
Now,
in
more
action
delicious.
here. Out of the timeout, St. Martin's got a basket. Vikings only up by 5 now. Johnson on the wing, he drives inside, gets the roll to Colley, unable to handle it though, kicks it outside. Hornbuckle saves it from the backcourt. He's double teamed though. Got it off to Ned, 5 on the shot clock. Ned inside, puts it up, got fouled. A good job by Jonathan Ned to kind of save that possession there for the Vikings.
Give some credit to to Daniel Hornbuckle as well. Well, he chased the ball down from about 40 feet away to get that in the corner of the half court and flip it to Ned.
So Jonathan Ned will head to the free throw line after the foul right there. Foul was on Nathaniel Stokes. Vikings shooting their first free throw attempts of the game so far.
And after a little bit of a patient start, it has become fast and furious in the last 6 or 7 minutes here.
And I think it's once the basket started to fall for either side, a little more antsy trying to get on those offensive possessions.
Keep in mind, St. Martin's rolled up a trifecta in their last game, beat Anchorage 100-73.
So after Jonathan Ned buried both free throws, Vikings are back up to 7. Handling it is Bunn for the Saints, working on Colley. Bunn inside, dishes off right there, inside Nathaniel Stokes. Stokes gets back-to-back buckets for the St. Martin's team. Hornbuckle being met at half court by Brandon Bunn. Gary with the ball, Minnis on the wing. Down low to Colley, Colley backing down on Stokes. Triple team comes over, Gary corner 3-point shot is good. Darius Gary.
Great look from BJ Colley. All those defenders collapsed and he swung it hard to the weak side to Gary hit the 3.
Darius Gary coming into this game, a 57% 3-point shooter, showing off that so far in this game. Inside right there, high off the glass.
I've been impressed with Nielsen Skinner so far. He pushes the pace, he attacks, he's aggressive. He's only 5'10", but he plays much bigger.
Only a sophomore too for this Saints team coming out of Salem, Oregon. He's finding those open lanes so far. He's got 4 points, that basket, plus some 2 free throws earlier in the game, but also 2 assists. Jonathan Ned tries a 3-pointer, no good. Vikings up by 6, 6:40 here left in this first half. Bunn getting inside, he lost control of it though. It's gonna be a turnover. Turns over to the Vikings. Saints 4 turnovers on the game so far. It's gonna send us into a media timeout. Vikings are up 28-22, 6:35 here, and we'll be right back.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Try it now. Zero never tasted so good.
So welcome back here to WECU Court, where Darius Gary, burying 2 3-point shots, gives him 6 points on the game. The Vikings leading by 6, 6:35 left here as we come out of this timeout. So far, the Vikings shooting at 47% from the field. St. Martin's unable to hang. 34% from there. It's Vikings ball. Saints have a press on, though, here. First time we've seen it this game. Full court press. Vikings advance it past. And it's Hornbuckle guarded by Bunn. Hornbuckle working on the wing, gives to Jonathan Ned, inside to Colley. A nice pass right there and a nice finish by Colley.
10 points already for BJ Colley.
And a great assist right there from Jonathan Ned. Greeley finds his way inside a wide open lane, gets the easy basket. Vikings still up by 6, get it across to Ned. Ned double teamed on the wing, gives to Colley. Colley looking around, resets with Minnis. 15 now for the Vikings. Vikings trying to get it running here. 5 on the shot clock. Minnis just on the wing. He'll pull it from 3, and he makes it.
11 of 19 last week from 3, and shows that he's still got it this week.
And he kind of surprised the defender who just pulled up randomly. There was a good basket right there. Kyle Greeley through the contact, gets the and one.
That was a tough shot.
Kyle Greeley, junior out of Salem, Oregon.
Here's Minnis. Shot clock running down, nobody moving, so we'll just pull it.
Brandon Bunn caught napping right there on the wing.
Kyle Greeley averaging over 14 points a game, just under 15 actually, and shooting 57.7% from the field, despite the fact that a good chunk of his efforts are from 3. He's shooting 41% from 3, over 60% from 2, and we put the whammy on him and he missed the free throw.
And he's a 76% free throw shooter. He missed that one right there. There's a foul on the floor. That one's going to go on Nielsen Skinner. Kyle Greeley, you mentioned, is 14 points a game, 4th in the GNAC for scoring, just ahead of D'Angelo Minnis, is 14.1. Colley double teamed, gives up to Holden. Holden spins around. What a move, and a silky smooth left-handed finish.
Left Nathaniel Stokes just grasping for air there.
Inside once again, Greeley fades away. No good. Colley tipped it out of bounds. It's like you're going to say Saints ball, and it does. Alcindor and Sipe check in.
We get this look. Lucas Holden gets the bigger Stokes on the island and just left him staring completely the wrong direction there. That was a wonderful spin by Lucas Holden.
And a great basket, too. Lucas Holden sliding into this starting lineup in replacement for Jonathan Ned, who started the majority of the games this season. Vikings switching it up, and it's been successful so far. Lucas Holden providing good production here as well as defense in this lineup. Nick Velp is checked in now. He gives to Minnis. Minnis going to the top of the key, looking for a screen. Velp slips it though. Minnis inside, right-handed. Got the foul, so we'll go to the free throw line. Foul right there.
They ran the little pick and pop with Nick Velp there, and it pulled the post defender away, leaving a lane for D'Angelo Minnis to get to the rim, get fouled, and shoot a pair of free throws.
See that play often whenever we see Nick Velp in the game. Pick and pop action, forcing the defender to choose which they're going to guard. Minnis got the lane, got to the line, misses first free throw right there, though. D'Angelo Minnis so far in this game, 3 points. He had that one three-pointer. Missed both free throws. So Vikings still only up by 9. Skinner handles it. Bunn inside, pull up from the elbow, shot, rolls its way in.
Nice touch by Brandon Bunn there.
Approaching 4 minutes left in this first half. Vikings up by 7. Minnis tried to get the screen and roll, and they're going to get a foul on D'Angelo Minnis. He was trying to rip the ball free once again after the turnover, but he gets caught with the foul, so it's going to be Saints ball here. Darius Gary comes back in for the Vikings. Skinner with the ball for the Saints. Get it down low. Alcindor on Nick Velp, finishes on the right side. Skinner playing up on the Vikings. Johnson now over on the wing. Trying to run a play for an open shooter here. They get to Holden. Holden, fake the handoff. He's inside, trying to get the cutter right there. Johnson pass was tipped, though, and out of bounds, so it's going to stay Vikings ball.
The right idea. Just the defender got a hand on it to break it up. And we will go to immediate timeout here with the Vikings leading 35-30.
I would summarize my experience at Western as I was a guarded, nerdy kid who loved to perform, who allowed herself to put in the time and effort to carve herself into something.
Jump in the trunk, jump in the trunk,
And whatever that was has led me to where I am right now, to be a fully realized woman. And I'm really thankful for the time and the effort that I put in for myself, because if I didn't do it, no one else was going to.
You're getting thirsty, bold, refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
So welcome back here to WECU Court here on the campus. Western Washington University Vikings up by 5, 3.5 left in this first half so far. DJ Colley leading the way for the Vikings, 10 points. Kyle Greeley, 7 for the Saints. So there will be 8 on the shot clock here pending the out of bounds for the Vikings. With Kai Johnson. Gets it quickly out to Holden. Good closeout defense by Brendan Bunn. 5 on the shot clock. They got to put up a shot. Minnis chucks it from half. Well, tried to catch it almost like a lob. And it's not going to be a violation.
NC State in the 83 final, is that?
Seems like not all the Vikings player knew the shot clock situation right there. But there's a foul as well. Foul was on Kai Johnson. You see the Minnis half-court Eve with, a good effort by Nick Velt to try and save the play. Would have been phenomenal had he put it in. Bunn from three-point range, no good. Rebound, though, Sipe. Sipe making a great effort on the offensive glass so far. Skinner, Johnson is on the floor, and Skinner makes the basket as well to bring the Saints within 3.
He is tough. Transfer from Portland State.
Lucas Holden inside. Tried to get it outside to Darius Gary, but a mishandled pass will be a turnover for the Vikings.
Off and on over the last couple of games, the Vikings have had some issues with turnovers, even in the victory last week on Saturday up in the 20s. Only 5 tonight so far, so not bad, but sloppy possession the last couple times down.
Got to clean it up here to close out the first half. And a good note, still up by 3. Inside is Greeley. And he got fouled, so the Saints will go to the baseline right there. Foul was on Kai Johnson.
2.5 minutes to go in the half, and neither team really close to the bonus. 5 team fouls on Western, just 4 on St. Martin's.
Skinner running around right side, high off the glass, no good. Alcindor gets the rebound, fades away, still gets another rebound. Alcindor inside, charged through. Lucas Holden in an offensive foul. Lucas Holden hits the deck, and Shaquem Alcindor picks up the offensive foul. Jonathan Ned is in as Kai Johnson goes to sit down.
Definitely got there. Had both feet facing the defender, as Matt Mason explained to us before the game, or the attacking player, as Matt Mason told us before the game tonight. That one was not one that really came into play. He was very much there. But
yeah. Vikings swinging around, 8 on the shot clock here. Hornbuckle gives to Ned. Got 5 seconds inside. Tried to get it to Colley with a bounce pass, mishandled on the ground, and he's going to call a timeout. Heads up play right there by Hunter Sipe. we're going to keep things here. 1:49 left in this first half. Vikings up by 3.
A little bit of a speculative pass by Jonathan Ned. It would have been beautiful if it had gotten through, but there were 3 defenders in the paint between he and B.J. Colley, his intended target.
And as you said, Vikings in these last couple of possessions been a little sloppy. Had a pretty clean first half of the first half. First 10 minutes were very clean. These last 10 haven't been so. St. Martin's within 3. Vikings once led by 9. And with 1:49 approaching halftime so far, Vikings still shooting at 50% from the field.
The Vikings don't have a field goal in nearly 3.5 minutes here.
It'll be Saints ball. Skinner handles it, bringing it up. Little fadeaway shot right there from the mid-range, no good. Fighting for the rebound was Sipe once again, but it deflects off of him, so it'll be Vikings ball.
Full credit to Sipe for the effort there. Came flying in, dove on the floor, just couldn't quite make the play, but
he's been doing that all night. He's found some really easy offensive rebounds, keeping possessions alive for this team. Hunter Sipe, a 4.6 rebounds per game player.
and if nothing else there, you take away the opportunity for the Vikings to get out in transition. You can set up the press, and another turnover for the Vikings.
That pass unable to find the hands of Lucas Holden. Brandon Bunn from three-point range, he puts it in, tying up this game right here with 1:20.
9 straight points to tie it for the Saints.
Hornbuckle, he's double teamed, gives it to Ned. Back to Hornbuckle now. Minnis gives back to Hornbuckle. Lucas Holden at the free throw line. Minnis drives inside, defense collapsing, kicks out. Lucas Holden, three-point jump shot, he makes it.
His first tray of the night. He's up to 7 points.
Inside the Alcindor, spins on Holden. Little turnaround is good. Saints trail by 1. 30 seconds left in this first half. It's been a close one from each side. The Vikings will try and drain this clock as much as they can with Hornbuckle.
A very extended 2-3 zone here from the Saints.
Playing far out on these Viking shooters. Jonathan Ned makes that mid-range jump shot. Put the Vikings up by 3. 15 left. Saints on offense now.
Lots of weapons here. Let's see what they do.
It'll be Kyle Greeley with the ball, guarded by Colley. Crossover left. Shot is blocked. No, and he's fouled by Colley. So he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots with 2 seconds left. Kyle Greeley misses 1 free throw on the game. In that little and 1 opportunity he had, he's going to go to the line possibly for 2 here, as we have.
They are going to look at this on the monitor. We're going to see if it's actually, if I don't know if it was a challenge or what, but they are going to have a peek at it.
So pending the free throw line results, Vikings up by 3, 40-37, approaching this halftime so far. And these two teams that average over 80, having maybe a down scoring night, but the Vikings are on pace to have 80.
Oh, not much. If Greeley hits these 2 free throws, it's 40-39.
Exactly.
And that's with with the Saints shooting 41% from the field, well below what they would normally do. Western is shooting 53% from the field and 46% from 3. But we're maybe just a couple points off what you would expect, but not much. And it tends to be that the second half, if you get down the stretch of the game when one team is trying to catch up the game with fouls and stuff, you'll tend to get some more points in the last couple of minutes.
So they add 0.2 of a second to the total time.
Okay, so that was
That's what they were looking at. They were
Right.
looking at how much
I
time
didn't
to
think
add.
they could look at the foul in that situation. So it does make sense that they would look.
Really buries that first one.
Point number 8 for him. Pretty balanced effort for the Saints. 6 for Nielsen, Skinner, 5 for Bunn, 6 for Spencer. A couple guys with 4. Colley with 10 for the Vikings. Ned and Holden each with 7.
The Saints in their last game had 6 players scoring double digits. He missed the second one. Holden chucks up a three-quarter shot. He almost made it, just short on it. So going into halftime, the Vikings will hold a 2-point lead, 40-38. And after a halftime celebration of this year's national championship women's soccer team, we'll be back with some Vikings second half action.
Fans, it's now time to celebrate our national championship women's soccer team who won the national title on December 3rd in Seattle. The team will line up here. You see some of the hardware they got this season: a national championship trophy, a West Regional championship trophy, and 2 GNAC trophies. If you'll draw your attention to the video board, we'll have a nice tribute that tells the story of the 2022 championship season. going 19-2-4, winning the second national championship in 6 seasons. We'd like to introduce every player and coach that's here tonight. If they'll come out to the center court, we're going to lead off with our captains, carrying the regional championship trophy, a senior from Granite Falls, Diana Diaz. Junior goalkeeper from Sequim, Claire Henniger. Goalkeeper from Folsom, California, Abigail Trengove. A freshman defender that played almost every minute of the season, number 2, Asia Harden. A freshman midfielder from Shoreline, the GNAC Freshman of the Year, Morgan Monalili. Defender, Elisa Harmer. Midfielder, Ashley Wynn. Defender and midfielder, Jaden Wynn. Midfielder that had a phenomenal postseason, Peyton Neal. A freshman forward from Pasco that scored the game-winning goal in the national championship game, Claire Potter. A junior forward from Happy Valley, Oregon, number 11, Ellie Busick. A sophomore defender from Puyallup, number 14, Hallie Noel. A senior center back from Seattle, junior center back, Katie Watt. A sophomore forward from Portland that had a brace in the semifinal game, Sophie Beardencroft. A freshman midfielder from Phoenix, number 18, Quinn Cassing. A sophomore defender from Woodinville, number 20, Kaylin Geyser. A senior defender from Oak Harbor, number 21, Kaylee Etherington. A junior defender from Leavenworth, Keisha Musket. A junior forward and the championship's MVP, Estera Levente. A sophomore defender from Portland, Chloe Unflat. A sophomore goalkeeper from Snohomish, number 27, Grace Wales. A freshman defender from Portland, number 29, Emily Rice. A freshman defender and midfielder from San Clemente, California, Abby Suchi. A freshman forward from Renton, number 31, Minji Rauch. And a junior forward from Newcastle, number 32, Micah Carr. And how about the 2022 United Soccer Coaches Staff of the Year? They do it all. Head coach Travis Cannell, assistant coaches Claire Morgan and Jamie Arthurs, and athletic trainer Thomas Silberberger. Those are your 22 national champions in Division II. What a season and what a legacy this program is leaving on the community. Come out and check them out this spring. We'll have a schedule online, and then the 2023 season will start in August and September. The team can come out to the center logo here. We're going to take a team photo with the student body behind them. So, Diana, why don't you lead the way with those trophies? You're going to face this way, and we'll take a team photo. And again, congratulations on a phenomenal national championship season. Once again, fans, if you can give a round of applause to our national champions. Congratulations again to this team. Find them in the stands. They can autograph those championship posters that you got on the way in. And be sure to check out the championship gear in the lobby.
So welcome back here at WECU Court, Bellingham, Washington. Second half coming your way. Some first half highlights on the screen for you. Vikings have a 40-38 lead. Led the way for the Vikings. BJ Cawley used to saying that. His last couple of games, he's already in double figures with 10.
Very entertaining first half at both ends, and Western shooting 53% from the field. And St. Martin shooting about 42. You see the free throw percentages, the three-point percentages. The Vikings 6 of 13. St. Martin's just 5 of 14. About on pace for what you'd expect. The attempts, rebounds even, turnovers not many, but the 7 that the Vikings had kind of came in a burst late in the half that aided St. Martin's in a 9-0 run that let them get back in this thing to tie it at 35 and gave us the kind of tight game that we have going into the second half here. So two very good teams, a very entertaining first half, and we would expect to see more of the same in the second half.
And although the Vikings went on a little bit of a scoring drought to end that first half, St. Martin's did not get another lead. Their last lead was around 11 minutes left in that first half, but they've stayed right around on the Vikings' tail, just trying to get over the hump, essentially, see if they can do it in this second half. They've got 7 offensive rebounds that have been leading to some second chance points. I mentioned it earlier, Hunter Sipe really crashing the board so far. Sipe has got 6 rebounds on the game so far. He leads the team and the game. So it's going to be Saints ball here. Vikings won the tip in the first half, no jump balls. And the Saints will start it out here as our second half is underway with Jaden Nielsen-Skinner.
And the shot clock didn't start.
So we are not underway yet.
Okay, I've done some shot clock. I know that feeling. It's not good.
So they get it down to where it's supposed to be. Saints will inbound it once again. And now hopefully we're back to it. Jaden Nielsen-Skinner. Saints swing it around. Skinner gets it back. He's guarded by Hornbuckle. Takes a screen from Alcindor. Greeley gives back to Skinner. Sipe working it around. Hands off to Greeley. Greeley inside against Johnson. Fade away left-hand side. Short on it. Good defense. Kai Johnson holding. Good job to handle the rebound. Almost got it tipped loose. But the Vikings have the ball now. First time in this half. We'll see their offense. They've got the same starters out. Hornbuckle, Minnis, Kai Johnson, Colley, and Lucas holding out there. Johnson tries an elbow jump shot. No good. Hit the deck. Alcindor rebound. Skinner on the break. Kicks to Dunn. Bunn shoots the three-pointer, and he makes it.
Brandon Bunn, 8 points for him. Have to at some point tonight get into the crazy journey that Brandon Bunn has had to get to St. Martin's.
A few crazy stories. Some of these teams ending up in the GNAC, the players. Vikings, Jonathan Ned coming from Georgia. Daniel Hornbuckle coming from Alaska Fairbanks.
Lucas Holden putting the Vikings back in front there.
Saints took the lead but lost it. Battling in a one-score game. Three-point shot. Sipe buries it. And Hunter Sipe with 5 in the game to go along with those 6 rebounds I mentioned earlier. Minnis now gives to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle guarded by Bunn.
It's an intriguing zone that the Saints run.
They haven't gone away from it so far. It seems to be working. Kai Johnson stepped out of bounds on the baseline, and that's going to turn it over. And we're going to go to a timeout, but we're actually going to keep things here for this one. Vikings down by 2. And if you saw the halftime celebration, whether or not you did, or if you have maybe been hiding under a rock, you did not know, Vikings, women's national champions in soccer this year.
Second time they've won the Division II national championship. A wonderful victory in the national championship game, getting to do it in Seattle. And just a wonderful team, a team that grew over the course of the season. And you got to call a lot of those games. It was a lot of fun to watch them grow and develop to the point where they won that national championship.
very fun team and a team that went through some ups and downs to start the year, but really caught fire when it mattered, making their run through the NCAA Division II tournament, going on to win that championship. A team with numerous seniors that are graduating and moving on, but next year there's plenty of freshmen. Morgan Monley, GNAC Freshman of the Year. Vikings have high hopes. Claire Potter, freshman, scored the game-winning goal to put the Vikings up 2-1 in the national championship game.
And just a dominating performance in that national championship game as well. Only a 2-1 score, but what about a 25-3 edge in shot attempts or something like that? Gave up a free kick goal late in the first half, but then just came out and completely dominated in the second half.
Dominating a team that was undefeated as well. So coming back here out of the timeout. Still plenty of second half left here. Vikings down by 2 now as St. Martin's have finally gotten themselves into a lead. Trying to add to it here with Skinner. Skinner gets the screen from Alcindor, pick and roll. Gets it outside to Bunn though. Bunn tried to get a spin move right there. Kept handle of it though. Greeley back to Skinner. Sipe, top of the key, guarded by Colley. Skinner in the corner, turning around, 10 on the shot clock for the Saints. He drives left side, swings it far side. Sipe, three-point shot on the wing. Almost rolled in, it didn't though. Holden fighting for it, Johnson handles it. Vikings give it up to Hornbuckle in transition. Hornbuckle on the wing. Gives it to Colley, guarded by Sipe. Colley lost his dribble, far corner. Holden will try a corner three-point shot, no good, short on it. Nielsen Skinner now, hands off to Bunn. Bunn. There's going to be an offensive foul down low that goes on Shaquem Alcindor, battling down there with Colley. Nathaniel Stokes comes in for Alcindor.
Yeah, even though he starts, Alcindor only plays about 14 minutes a game. Gives him a presence in the post at the start of the half and maybe at some point again after. Then they go to Stokes, who tends to play a little bit more out on the perimeter than Alcindor.
Kind of matches with the form of offense that the Vikings run, stretching Colley out often. That pass, trying to get it to Lucas Holden in the corner.
Got right through the wickets on Lucas there, didn't it?
So another turnover for the Vikings.
They're 9th now.
Saints still lead by 2. Both teams scoreless in the last minute. Skinner trying to change that. He's got it. Takes a mid-range jump shot off balance. No good. Rebound by Colley. Hornbuckle now with the ball. Chugging along, pushing ahead. Kai Johnson gives back to Holden in the corner. Lucas Holden, three-point shot. Rolls in and out. Hornbuckle tried to tip it around. The Saints handled it. Sipe will now dribble it down. Hunter Sipe hands off Bunn. He'll try a long three-point shot. He makes it. Brandon Bunn from way downtown. 3 for 5 in the game from 3 for him.
Now the game's leading scorer with 11 points.
He's getting them from downtown as well. Vikings trail by 5. Largest lead for the Saints so far in this game. First half, Vikings held the lead for the entire first half, it seemed. Saints now taking control of this second half as the Vikings look to answer. Hornbuckle back to Johnson. Johnson gets inside. Layup is good. Kai Johnson now is 6. There's a three-point shot from Skinner. No good. Rebound Holden. Lucas Holden, 6 rebounds on the game. As there's Minnis in the corner from three-point range. He makes it. Tie game.
And what do we got?
We've got something, and Minnis is not happy about it. So we're going to see what we get out here. Some discussion going on here between the referees. Minnis pleading his case with Matt Mason.
Okay, so the call is that three-pointer is good.
They're going to get him with a flop?
They're going to call the flop on Minnis.
So D'Angelo Minnis in the corner, kind of coming down from his jump shot, hit the deck. Pretty dramatically it was. Trying to maybe get the and one right there, so it forces the flop technical. Skinner makes the free throw, and the Saints will get the ball as well. Darius Gary back in for the Vikings in that first half. Provided some offense from behind the arc, so we're going to get a timeout, though. So the Vikings down by 1 with 15:30 after a quick break. We'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Try it now. Zero never tasted so good.
So welcome back here to Bellingham, Washington, Western Washington University. The Vikings down by 1 here at 15:30 left in this second half. Right now up at Alaska Fairbanks. Tip-off is underway for the women's basketball team. 3:30 left in their first quarter. They lead 18-14. Katrina Jamaica leading the way with 5. Vikings 4 for 8. They've made 4 3-pointers in that women's game. But we're back underway here, men's basketball. Saints with the ball. They're up by 1. Skinner has been handling all night. He's got 9 assists for this team. 7 points to go along with it. Greeley inside, battling on Kai Johnson, puts up a little behind the back, rebounded by Colley. Colley now dribbling it up, gives it to Minnis. D'Angelo Minnis, Hornbuckle. Little pass was a little behind him, so the Vikings have to reset here, slow it down. D'Angelo Minnis to Johnson on the elbow, trying to lob it up down there. Colley is double teamed, but it doesn't matter, he makes it anyways. First basket for B.J. Collier in this second half. 12 points, 7 rebounds. Collier without a block so far, which is a rare occurrence as of late. He's averaging 2.6. That three-pointer missed. Vikings saved it from going out of bounds, and they're back on offense. They hold a 1-point lead as well. They'll feed B.J. Collier. Double team is quickly there. Kicks out to Minnis. 3-point shot. Short on it. Rebound, Kai Johnson off the board. Vikings, good job to keep it alive. B.J. Collier drives inside. They're going to get him with the offensive foul.
Probably the right call there. Like the aggressiveness nonetheless. We'll see it. He almost jumped over him.
He could have.
He did have, the right leg was up on the shoulder of the defender.
If Kyle Greeley was 6'3" instead of 6'5", he would have jumped over.
Yep.
Maybe not that much of a difference, but
6'1"?
either way. 6'1", maybe. That ball travels out of bounds, stays with the Saints, though. 14:07 here. Saints down by 1. Skinner to inbound. Gives it to the cutting Sipe. He's wide open. Puts the Saints back up, 50-49 now.
It just goes back and forth here, doesn't it?
Much like early in the first half, we saw these two teams kind of spread by a difference of 1 or 2. Very similar here, 2 strong teams in the GNAC Hornbuckle. 3-pointer's no good. Kai Johnson, another offensive rebound. D'Angelo Minnis from 3, he's short. Kai Johnson, another one. He takes his own shot this time, fading away.
3 offensive rebounds and two trips down the floor for Kai Johnson.
He's got 5 total rebounds on the game. Skinner on Gary puts up the floater to take back this lead. We're back and forth.
I really like his game.
He's got 10 assists already and 9 points. Looking at a double-double for him. Gary in the corner for the Vikings. Got it out. Kai Johnson Guarded by Sipe. Mid-range jump shot from Johnson. He got fouled, so he's going to go to the line. We go back to this Kai Johnson offensive board and tough fadeaway with a hand in his face. Nathaniel Stokes right there, but it didn't matter. He'll also shoot two.
So St. Martin's in what initially will look like a 2-3 zone, but it almost becomes like a matchup in amoeba. You'll see the two wings on the baseline almost come out high, almost to the foul line, extended sometimes, and then they'll shift and they'll adjust. A lot of times they'll leave a guy open in the corner, but they'll count on the fact that by the time the skip pass gets there, the defender can react. When a lot of times it's 6'7", 6'8" guys on those spots, and they're agile and get there quickly. It's a very innovative sort of a defensive setup that the Saints are running, using their personnel very well.
And they've done a great job closing out on that corner three-point shot as well. The Vikings want it, not necessarily making it too efficiently. And there's Skinner with the ball. He'll put up a floater, and he makes it.
That's the second time tonight he's gone over B.J. Colley. He's given away like 10 inches to B.J. Colley and hitting that little high arcing banker over him.
Skinner 5'10", Colley listed at 6'8". Jonathan Nett on the elbow, turnaround jump shot. Just a bit strong on it, back rim. Skinner with the ball. There goes that man, gives it to Sipe, three-point shot, he makes it. Saints offense firing on all cylinders. And Nielsen Skinner now, 11 points, 10 assists, double-double for him. They'll probably give him credit for the assist there, so he's going to be 11-11. Plenty of time left in this game. Going to have a career night for him at least. B.J. Colley put back. B.J. Colley with an and-one opportunity. And Nielsen Skinner in the GNAC, he's third in assists per game. Not necessarily the hugest scorer for this St. Martin's team, but he has found a way to dish it out so far. We're seeing that tonight. We're in a timeout. We're keeping things here on Vikings TV. St. Martin's are up by 3. They've now got 3 players. We mentioned earlier 6 players scored in double digits last game for them. Right now they've got 3 with Bunn, Skinner, and Sipe all hitting that number.
11 for Bunn, 11 for Nielsen Skinner, and 10 for Sipe, plus 8 for their leading scorer, Greeley. Very balanced. The Vikings, it's 14 for Colley on 7 of 10 shooting. Kai Johnson and Lucas Holden with 9. Kind of a different night for Lucas Holden. Just 1 of 5 from 3, but he's hit 3 of his 4 two-point attempts to get to that 9 points. He's also got 6 rebounds. Just an intriguing battle tonight between these two teams, and lots of different things. And you see what this means in the standings as St. Martin's at 7-2, and the Vikings in this hammer and tong battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spots in the conference. Remember, the top 6 get into the postseason conference tournament. So a win tonight guarantees you that at least you're in a tie for 4th, and only a game out of 3rd or 2 games out of 3rd. Sorry, if you win tonight. So this is a critical game for the Vikings. It's important for St. Martin's as well to kind of hold that 3rd spot and stay in range of those first 2 spots where you have an opportunity for a first-round bye.
This GNAC conference so diverse, 1 through 6. Any team can make a run. We know that. And when it comes to matchups, and as you mentioned, that first-round bye, all these teams trying to fight for positioning. Montana State Billings still holding that number 1 spot, tied with Seattle Pacific with a conference record of 8-1. Saints trying to hang in there. They still have a pretty decent chance. Good odds for them to take that first seed. They'll need to get a victory here, of course, to just keep their run. They've won 2 straight. Inside is Stokes, got it tipped loose.
Colley stripped it away.
Hornbuckle got hit on the drive by Skinner, and that's going to be a foul. And St. Martin's, team that only had 5 personal fouls in the first half, 4 already. We still got 11 and a half left to go here. Vikings down by 3. Hornbuckle handling it. I'll give it to Minnis. They've been finding Kai Johnson right there at the elbow. Tries to get it inside to Colley.
They called 3 seconds. It may have actually been Johnson hanging in the post there, the way where the official was looking.
So after the 3-second violation, it's a turnover, and Saints will get the ball. Vikings losing the possession right there. Thompson dishes inside to Greeley. A tough basket by the closing out Johnson.
So what the Vikings have done in the last couple possessions here, by getting the ball to the high post, they're dragging out that bottom defender and then making one of the wings come down and letting B.J. Colley operate against that wing defender.
Often you have one of your taller players playing that high post elbow range, but it's been Johnson maybe allowing a little bit more playmaking once you get it inside to try and find a cutter like Colley. Saints playing some good defense, holding the Vikings. Colley inside, ball was tipped out and out of bounds. It's going to go to the Saints. Vikings bench did not like that one, but it's going to be Saints ball. And the St. Martin Saints with a huge possession coming here. They're up by 5. Chance to build this lead as we approach the halfway mark in this second half. Vikings in search of a stop. Sipe gives to Skinner, over to Greeley. Greeley gives it back outside. Sipe, 3-point shot, no good. Colley couldn't handle the rebound. Trying to save it right there with Stokes, he did. And the Saints will have it once again. Thompson in the corner. He'll pull up from 3-point range, and he buries it.
A 6'8" guy hitting a 3 off the dribble.
And Tyke Thompson, solid rotational piece off this bench for this St. Martin's team. You mentioned 6'8", but able to play like a guard for this team. Unusually, you see a 6'8" player in the GNAC at least finding that guard position, kind of what we see with Jonathan Ned and maybe Lucas Holden. Holden 6'7".
Go back a couple years, the Dalton Hamas is one too.
There's another 3-point shot. Greeley, no good though. Vikings lost sight of the ball. Hornbuckle in transition, couldn't handle it. That's a turnover. Going back to Tyke Thompson, wanted to mention, you mentioned a lanky player like that being able to shoot off the dribble. He's third in this team's 3-pointers made, so they're used to seeing that. So we're going to go to a timeout here. Vikings are down by 6 with 9:19 remaining. We'll be right back on Vikings TV.
When I learned about the Sustainability, Equity, and Justice Fund, it was this large sum of money for students to make Western a more sustainable campus. I was in the rec center just kind of thinking about this. People are working out super tough, and all this kinetic energy is wasted. I found out that there were products there on the market that would generate energy for Wade King Rec Center, and just wrote the application for the grant.
It's not about generating electricity in order to feed electrons back into the grid. It's really about educating students. Making that bridge between theory and practice is really key to what we do at Western.
You're getting thirsty. Bold. Refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
So welcome back. Here you see B.J. Colley inside for the Vikings. So far tonight, he's got 14 points on 7 for 10 shooting, 70%. Saints are quickly on offense, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Greeley as Johnson hit the floor. And I think right here we might get an instance of what Mike Mason was talking about earlier. Matt Mason, excuse me.
If the defender has established both feet facing the like that, at that point, then he can move with the attacking offensive player. So he's established that position by having his both feet down, facing the defender, facing the attacker, excuse me, the ball handler. And so you can move with him and take a charge in that situation.
Kai Johnson getting that charge. So the Vikings get a chance here to cut this lead down. Saints up by 6. Hornbuckle gets a screen from Colley, pulls up from 3-point range. He buries it.
Clutch hit from Daniel Hornbuckle to not lead the 3.
Thompson tries to answer with a 3 of his own. Does it roll in? It doesn't. Tipped around, out of bounds, and it's going to be Saints ball. Tyke Thompson trying to silence the crowd after that Hornbuckle 3. Daniel Hornbuckle now up to 8. You see just able to get around the screen, and then no defender there closing out. Thompson trailing. Hornbuckle buries it inside. Greeley, a tough basket.
He's a complete scorer. He can hit the 3. He can take you to the rack. He can hit the pull-up, and does it all at 6'5" and with a fair bit of strength too.
And he's now up to 12 points. St. Martin's up by 5. Johnson hits Holden in the corner. Colley now. Colley spins around, right-handed, somehow rolls in. BJ Colley has some remarkable touch when it comes to down low, close to the basket. It's Skinner now. Thompson gives to Greeley. Greeley cuts inside. Floater right there. No good. Tipped by Sipe. Moving around. Johnson diving for it. Unable to get it. Skinner behind the back pass. Thompson now gives back to Skinner. 15 on a shot clock for the Saints. They're up by 3. Skinner on Hornbuckle. Fades away from the mid-range. No good. Ball is loose again. Vikings unable to handle some of these rebounds. But they get that one right there. Hornbuckle tries a 3-point shot. He air balls it. Holden tried to save it, but it just turns over to the Saints. And it's Skinner right there with a floater. No good. These teams going back and forth, and the Vikings are going to try and slow it down now. A few frantic possessions right there from both sides. Corner 3-point shot from Holden is no good. On the wing right there, Stokes. Thompson guarded by Johnson. Skinner with under 7 now in this second half. St. Martin still holding on to a 3-point lead. Skinner inside. Kicks out to Greeley. Pump fake Greeley. Drives left side. Stops. Mid-range jump shot off the front rim. No good. Rebound. Offensive rebound. Sipe again. Colley was right there.
There's the first block of the night for either team.
And it was B.J. Colley for the Vikings.
St. Martin's doesn't tend to block a ton, but the Vikings are 8th in the country in block shots.
Haven't seen any.
And B.J. Colley 11th individually, and that's the first one tonight.
Minnis trying to handle it, kicks out. Johnson in the corner, 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Minnis though. Offensive rebound to D'Angelo Minnis. He's guarded by Thompson, jab step. Dribbles it back and resets. 10 on the shot clock now. They're still down by 3. Gives to Johnson, back to Minnis. Shot clock trailing down. Kai Johnson's got to put up a shot, gets the floater in the lane. Good shot attempt, but no good. Mishandled rebound. Colley couldn't get it though, and Sipe handles it. They get it up to Thompson. Tyke Thompson on the wing, gets a screen from Stokes. Stokes rolls, goes to the basket. Thought about it, Colley was there though. Thompson now driving to the right side, gives to Stokes again. Blocked by Colley, rebounded by Kai Johnson. Vikings in transition now. Johnson driving inside with the right-handed. Can he get the finish?
Oh.
It rolls in! Quick in transition is the Saints, and they're going to get a foul.
I love the pace of this game. It hasn't always, the second half's been, after a clean first half, the second half has been sloppy, but it has still been fun.
Yeah, and when it gets going back and forth, these teams are electric on both sides, pushing the break very fast, getting into transition and getting buckets. So we're going to get this foul that sends us into a timeout. We're going to keep things here on Vikings TV. So far in this second half, it's been as close as we wanted it to be between these two teams. St. Martin's up by 1. They've held this second half lead a little bit so far. Vikings just trying to stay in it. They got 5:21 left. And B.J. Colley with 16 on 8 for 11 shooting so far. Joined by Kai Johnson up there with 11 points. Lucas Holden providing, as we mentioned earlier, not necessarily from the 3-point line as we're used to seeing him, but still 9 points in this game, as well as grabbing 6 rebounds. You can see on the replay
block by
here.
Colley, his second to the night. And then Kai Johnson at the other end, off balance, throwing it up there just enough to get it to sit on the rim and fall home.
A beautiful roll Kai Johnson got right there. Kai Johnson providing 7 rebounds as well as 3 assists. It's what he's done all year, able to crash the boards on defense and get the offense flowing quickly.
Well, and as you kind of noted earlier, we talked about them trying to run somebody in the high post, and most of the time it's been Kai Johnson. And in last possession, Lucas Holden went to the corner and waved, and they waved Kai into that high post position to try and get him the ball and let him operate from there.
Gives him better positioning as well to maybe find some of those long rebounds.
And against any zone, getting that ball to the high post is important and useful. The way St. Martin's is playing this, it's really critical because you really drag them out of position if you can get the ball there.
Quick shot, Greeley, no good. Rebound, Alcindor puts it back up in the hands of Colley, and he makes it. St. Martin's extends the 3 now. Approaching 5 minutes left in this second half. Second half of the GNAC season is underway for both teams. Hornbuckle trying to call for a screen. Gives it to Colley. Colley back out to Minnis. 10 on the shot clock for the Vikings. Minnis now dribbling it around. Gets inside. Gives it to Johnson. Pass was tipped and then tipped again by Johnson. Couldn't handle it. Goes out of bounds and the Vikings turn it over. Lucas Holden comes in for the Vikings. And in this half so far, Vikings with 7 turnovers, St. Martin's with only 3. Vikings with 6 more turnovers on the game than the Saints. Saints give it to Greeley. He'll try a 3-point shot. No good on it. Kai Johnson, another rebound for him. In the wing, guarded by Bren. He gives it outside to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle waving it off. Daniel Hornbuckle, 15 on the shot clock, gives back to Johnson. Holden drives right side. He stepped out of bounds. That's going to be another turnover. Vikings just giving away possession after possession, it seems.
Yeah, 15 turnovers, just 8 for St. Martin's, which is nullifying the fact that the Vikings are shooting much better from the field. 50% on 26 of 52 to just 40.6, 26 of 64.
And it's Skinner with the ball, under 4 now. For approaching a possibly close finish between these two teams. Brandon Bren gives Kyle Greenlee. Skinner now on the wing, gets inside to Alcindor. Shaquem Alcindor guarded by Holden, and they're going to get him with an offensive foul, maybe on a push-off on Lucas Holden.
The call was a little slow to come, but it was the right call. Lucas Holden was there, and Alcindor turned his shoulder into him right away. Drew the foul.
So that foul is going to take us into a media timeout, and with the Vikings down by 3, 3:42. We're going to be right back here on Vikings TV for possibly an exciting finish.
You're getting thirsty. Bold. Refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
Welcome back to Sam Carver Gymnasium. The Vikings trailing St. Martin's 66-63 with 3:42 to play. We talked a little bit about players who have bounced around. Brandon Bunn, the senior guard for St. Martin's from the Bronx, came out to South Puget Sound Community College in Olympia, played a couple years there, then went back to Newman University. And your quiz for the night is, where is Newman University?
No clue, I failed.
Okay, that is in Wichita. Do you know what conference they play in?
No idea.
The MIAA, the Mid-America Intercollegiate Conference, which has the defending national champion, Northwest Missouri, and now comes back out and is playing his senior year at St. Martin. So here, there, and everywhere, see the country with your jump shot, Brandon Bunn.
Right there.
And a steal.
Brandon Bunn right on cue. Pulls up from the mid-range. He makes it. We're going to get a foul. It's actually going to be an and one for him as well. Right on cue, Brandon Bunn. 13 points now, leading the way for the Saints. You can see the steal he got right there as they tried to feed it into the high post with Ned. Pulls up from that free throw line, and he's going to go to the free throw line with the and one. So we have a little bit of confusion here.
I'm not sure what they're going to look at there. It looked like a fairly routine foul. I don't know if there's another clock issue, or we'll wait and see what we're told after the review.
So the Vikings trail by 5 now as St. Martin's chance to try and pull this one away. 3:22 left in this second half.
And it is just a common foul, one shot.
Might have been looking for whether or not they got Bunn on the face, maybe with the foul. But he will end up at the free throw line for his free throw attempt, first of the game for him.
Not a lot of free throws either way so far tonight. That's the 7th for the Saints as Bunn knocks it down for his 14th point. Western also has only shot 7. Vikings down 6 all of a sudden.
Jonathan Ned gives up to Colley inside, blocked by Al Cinder. Colley got it back though. Minutes on the wing now. Saints continuing that great defense we've seen all night. They're up by 6. Screen from Colley, kicks corner to Hornbuckle. Double team is there, trapping him in the corner. Tries to get far side to Johnson. Johnson fakes right, goes left, inside. Floater is up, doesn't fall though. Rebound fighting for down there is Al Cinder. And they're gonna get a foul, not a jump ball. Foul's gonna go on BJ Colley. So you see on this rebound, those two teams fighting for it. Inside got Colley maybe holding the arm more than he was holding the ball. It's gonna force a foul right there. Into a timeout with 2:49 here, keeping it here. As we approach the end of this game, these two teams battling it out. BJ Colley just picked up his 4th personal. He leads the way for the Vikings with 16, 11 rebounds as well. Also with 2 blocks.
So we talked about at the half about how this game was close to the pace that you would expect. Second half, the scoring has dropped off. It was 69-63 here with 2:49 to go. The shooting just hasn't been as hot for the Vikings in particular after shooting 46% from 3 in the first half, just 2 of 10 from behind the arc in the second half. And then you add the turnovers in. Vikings have a 37-34 advantage on the boards, but haven't been able to overcome those other issues.
Ball is in here for the Saints, up by 6, 2:45 left in this second half. Skinner with the ball. Skinner, he's got Al Cinder up top, fakes a screen, and he heads to the wing. Skinner trying to get it down low. Greeley guarded by Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle's bumping with him, and then he's going to pick up a foul.
That's a good foul. He's given away a lot of size to a very effective scorer. Reach around. If you get a strip, great. If not, the foul gets the ball out of his hands.
They'll inbound it to Bunn. They get it back to Greeley. Greeley from the free throw line, just too strong on it, rebounded by Ned.
That's a lot tougher shot than the post-up he would have had. So that's still a really good foul by Daniel Hornbuckle.
5th team foul for the Vikings. St. Martin with 6 team fouls. They give it to Colley in the high post, guarded by Al Cinder. Help came right there. Bunn strips it loose and gets the steal right there.
They're going to call him for a travel.
And they're going to get Brandon Bunn for rolling around on the ground with the travel.
Went to the floor to get the strip and then rolled over trying to get away from Colley. That's a pretty straightforward call.
So it'll be Vikings ball as Darius Gary comes in.
In for Kai Johnson. So let's see if we see Darius Gary in that position that Kai has been in, going to the high post.
And Gary, a player that is only averaging 8 minutes a game, has seen 13 of work so far. Subbed in for these final 2 minutes potentially. Vikings still down by 6. Unable to get a basket right there.
He played well in the Alaska trip a couple weeks ago and has been seeing more time since then.
Greeley down low, guarded by Gary. Maybe he's in for a little height matchup on Greeley. Greeley spins around though. Ball just rolls out. Colley unable to handle it. Hornbuckle does. Hornbuckle now pushing up. Got past Bunn. Gives it to Gary. Back to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle. High post Colley. Colley kicks back out to Hornbuckle. Calling for a screen. 17 on the shot clock. Hornbuckle, 3-point jump shot is good. Vikings down by 3 with 1:15.
Wow, I thought Nielsen Spencer might have got a piece, but apparently not, because that shot was true. Big bucket.
Daniel Hornbuckle with 11, and exactly what the Vikings needed at that time. Saints trying to answer with Skinner. Gives to Bunn. They're up by 3. We're now under a minute. Screen from Alcindor. Bunn pulls up from the 3-point range. Off left, though. Fighting for the rebound right there. Hornbuckle was coming in, but he fouled Skinner.
Hornbuckle's 3 was the Vikings' first point since the 5:26 mark, and there you see it. Nielsen Skinner takes that swipe, but Hornbuckle able to concentrate and finish the 3.
So 6th team foul for the Vikings. It'll be ball on the baseline for the Saints. Jonathan Ned sits down as Kai Johnson comes back in.
So, and obviously a critical defensive possession here for the Vikings. If you can get a stop here and you get the ball back with the opportunity to tie or at least to knock it to 1, you get a 2 and knock it, lead down to 1, extend the game after that. You give up a bucket here and they've got it.
Kai Johnson, good defense on the inbounds, had it tipped, and then Bunn closing out, bounced off him, goes over to the Vikings. And they had sub Lucas Holden in for Darius Gary for that defensive possession, but Gary now comes back in.
Not only did you get the stop, you got it immediately, so now you can get a shot at 37, 38 seconds very easily and guarantee yourself at least one more possession where you don't necessarily have to foul if you can get an early look here.
Vikings can maybe go 2 for 1. Don't necessarily need a 3 here with Colley. Right there, driving inside, puts it up. Basket's no good, though. Rebounded by Alcindor. Vikings pressing up. Skinner with the ball. And they're going to get a timeout from the Saints. So we keep it here on Vikings TV. Approaching a photo finish here between these two teams. St. Martin's 7-2 in the GNAC. Trying to improve to that record and hang with Seattle Pacific and Montana State Billings. Vikings trying to become even at 500.
You can't be unhappy with the shot that you got in that possession. B.J. Colley, who has been so good in recent weeks, and you get a post up, and hey, Alcindor did a good job of just forcing him just a little bit, forcing a little bit of pressure and forcing the miss. So now with 35 seconds roughly to go, you almost have to think about, there's only about a 6 or 7 second difference between game and shot clock. You could go all the way down and then try and get a 3. My guess would be you'd certainly try to trap and get a steal here. And while it could go either way, my gut would say I think you maybe think about fouling here, especially if you can foul the right guy. Asking to get a 3 in 7 seconds is a really tough order.
See what the Vikings have in plan. They're pressing on the inbounds. Bunn with the ball. Almost lost control of it. Almost lost it again. Still he gets through. They're going to get a foul on Daniel Hornbuckle, sending Bunn to the free throw line for 1 and 1. So Brandon Bunn, a 77% free throw shooter. With a chance to extend the lead to 4 here with the first one. He does. Clutch free throw shooting right there on the 1 and 1 opportunity.
So now you're into the 2-possession situation. Now you need to go quickly, get the first good look. It doesn't have to be a forced 3. If you can get to the rim quickly and get a layup, a 2 is worthwhile too. Just keep trying to extend as many possessions in this game as you can to catch up.
So far, all the players out for the Saints are at least 75% or better shooters from the free throw line. He makes both. So a clutch shooter right there. Vikings got to go quick now. Daniel Hornbuckle, 25 seconds. They're down by 5. Hornbuckle pump fakes, jumps, got the foul. Does he put it in? No, he doesn't. The question is right here, is he shooting 3 free throws? He is. Huge free throws coming for Daniel Hornbuckle right here. He has not shot a free throw so far tonight, but he is an 85% free throw shooter on the year.
So you get what you want there. You get a shot after 6 seconds, and the clock is stopped. You're at the foul line.
And good awareness right there by Hornbuckle to know that the Saints know they want to go quick. He got his defender off his feet with the pump fake and then able to rise up and get some contact from 3. 2 more free throws coming for him, 22.7 left. And this gym is dead silent for Daniel Hornbuckle.
So the other key thing here is really easy to set up pressure off a made free throw. So if Daniel can knock this one down, it knocks the lead to 2, which is, the big obvious thing. But it also allows you to establish and to set up the full court pressure, to look for a trap in the backcourt, maybe a steal. And then if you don't get it on the first or second one, you still can foul with 14 or 15 seconds left and have time to stretch this out a little more.
Hornbuckle, 13 on the game. Big free throw right here. He puts in all 3 of them. Vikings going to press now. Tyke Thompson inbounds. Bunn with the ball. Vikings trapping right there. Bunn gives it up to Skinner. Skinner now. Vikings at this point have to foul the offender. Stop. And Brandon Bunn gets a foul, so he's going to go to the free throw line.
Daniel Hornbuckle tried to foul Skinner and didn't hit him hard enough to get the call. Skinner just kind of kept motoring. So they lost about another 3 or 4 seconds there. But still, 13.1. If St. Martin's misses a free throw here, if Bunn misses one, you're in range. It's still early enough that they're not going to foul you right away to deny the 3. You can get a good look here.
Bunn 3 for 3 in the game. From the free throw line.
They have to miss one, and they at this point haven't in this stretch.
We will see Bunn with 16 points on the game. First free throw is good. So now the lead is up to 3, still in range. They're going to get Jonathan Ned subbed in for Colley, some 3-point shooting added. You have Darius Gary, 2 for 3 from 3-point range. Hornbuckle's been great all year. He makes the free throw. Lead is up to 4 now. Vikings have to go very quick here with Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle drives inside, steps through. Layup is good. Vikings pressure. They get the pass in quickly, though, and the foul's on Skinner, so they'll send someone else to the free throw line in hopes of a miss. Brandon Bunn has shown he is clutch. 5 for 5 free throw shooting, 4 for 4 in these last 2 trips. Skinner will go to the line.
He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Jaden Nielsen-Skinner, 11 points, 11 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal in 40 minutes of play.
Kai Johnson fouling out with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. And again, this is again a 1-and-1. So
pressure on for Skinner here. Does he make the free throw? He does. And at this point now, Vikings 5.7 left, in need of a miss. Hornbuckle saying he doesn't want a timeout from Dominguez if the miss happens.
And the bench agreed, so you just want to push and go here, get the best look you can get.
He buries that free throw, and St. Martin's
will call timeout.
So St. Martin's calls timeout here.
Really quickly, before we leave, up in Fairbanks, the Western Washington women's team with a 56-31 lead at halftime. Maddie Grandboyce, 14 points, 4 of 4 from 3-point range. The Vikings will look to add to that lead once we get into the second half. And here, 75-71. Western will have the ball on their baseline. So now you have to find some way to get 2 possessions in 5.7 seconds. That's not likely. But one of the things you have to do is you have to be sure that you find some way and take a chance on this to throw the ball inbounds in a way that somebody catches it headed up court. If they have to come back to get the ball, you will never get a second possession. But if you can run a screen or something, take the chance and somebody can catch the ball coming across half court, maybe you can get a really quick look. The clock will stop on the basket, and then you can get a quick foul and maybe get one more possession. It is a big-time long shot, right?
Big long
that's
shot.
what you have to do. You really cannot throw the ball to somebody coming back to the ball at this point. You got to take the chance that you can complete the one to somebody running the go pattern. Maybe a hitch and go. But
yeah. Need all the time you can try and keep here for the Vikings with 5.7. They'll give it to Colley. Colley gets it up to Minnis, passes a little bit long. Minnis settles, 3-point shot is no good, and that's going to run out the clock here. So the Vikings lose 75-71. They'll move to 11-9 on the year, 4-6 in the GNAC. St. Martin's moving up to 16-4 in the year, and 8-2 in the GNAC.
Yeah, really balanced effort for the Saints. 18 points for Bond, 13 for and 11 assists for Nielsen Skinner, 12 for Greeley, 10 for Sipe. For the Vikings, 16 each for B.J. Colley and Daniel Hornbuckle. Colley adding 10 rebounds. Kai Johnson with 11. But the Vikings just not shooting as well in the second half as they did in the first, only going 3 of 13 from three-point range, and that was one of the big differences, whereas the Saints didn't have a great night for them, 37% from 3 overall, but they did enough to get the victory.
So the Vikings falling to 4-6. Northwest Nazarene lost today as well to Montana State Billings, so Northwest Nazarene also falls to 4-6. But for the Vikings, up next for them this Saturday at a 7 p.m. start time, they're going to take on Western Oregon. We'll be celebrating and remembering the 2012 National Championship team on that night, much like we celebrated our women's soccer team here at halftime. So a 7 p.m. start time against Western Oregon. We'll be right here on Vikings TV. But for now, after a 75-71 loss, we will see you next time. Good night and go Vikings.